Hey, good Tuesday morning, everybody. It's meteorologist Brad Panovich. Got to do a quick update on the weather potentially heading our way this afternoon. The good news, the severe weather threat that we saw overnight, which unfortunately was quite devastating for parts of central Tennessee, is not the same type of system that's heading our way. But thoughts and prayers as we look at all that devastation overnight in Tennessee, just the worst case scenario. To see a line of strong, severe thunderstorms with tornadoes on the ground in the middle of the night, it's just a horrible nightmare as far as warning people and getting information out. So thoughts and prayers, everybody over in Tennessee. And I'll show you what's going on. That system is weakening as it moves our way and kind of splitting into two pieces, if you will. So we've got one chunk of energy, which is diving down to the south. The one that really produces tornadoes is weakening, and a piece of energy is going up this way. So the biggest threats will probably be to our north and south, though South Carolina is an area we're going to have to watch later this afternoon, and maybe even eastern North Carolina. So let me stop this right here. So this is a current look at the radar, and I'm going to put the temperatures on here because the key part here is the temperatures across the western part of North Carolina, even the upstate. These are pretty cool. They stabilize the air, so the atmosphere is not amped up for these to be strong and severe storms right now. The rain is actually stabilizing things over our area, so this would help deter severe weather. Though as we go into the afternoon and the cold front approaches, we'll have to watch that area of strong lift with the front that could pick up a couple strong storms. But right now, there's no parameters that show tornadic activity anywhere in our area. If I look at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook today, real quickly, I don't know why it's not filling in, but there's a low risk in this area in yellow. You could see how it's mainly to our east and south, but Columbia, Raleigh, Jacksonville, down to Myrtle Beach, Wilmington, and even around parts of Charleston, there's a low risk. On the scale from 1 to 4, this is the lowest scale. The medium threat is down here in central Alabama and Georgia, and I honestly think that this might be an area we watch because this could get extended into parts of South Carolina. And then you see another low risk up here in the Tidewater, Baltimore, Maryland, D.C., back into central parts of West Virginia. So let's go up here and look at Futurecast. I'm going to turn everything off here for a second. And what I want to do is I'm going to turn everything off except for Futurecast radar. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the future radar here, and I'm going to kind of show you how things unfold today. So this is a look at the current, thinking of the radar. It shows that rain moving in, but watch as we go into the evening hours. Right about here, it looks like a line of maybe strong thunderstorms developing around 4 or 5 o'clock. And again, there could be enough instability here that we see these storms become a little strong as they push to the east. And again, I'll go to the future. So this is about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock. So it's in that 4, 5, 6 o'clock time frame. Again, it doesn't look like a whole lot. If I look at the updraft helicity, which is potential for rotation within these storms, there just isn't a whole lot in there that would make me get too worried until it gets a little east of here. So certainly, we'll watch that time frame, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. But right now, the threat overall is much lower than what we saw to the east. And we'll look real quickly at CAPE just to show you. Let me find my CAPE. So just to see how much thunderstorm fuel. You can see this is the biggest limiting factor, is how much thunderstorm fuel. It's much higher out here where the lower risk is. So across this part of our area, I think we're going to be just fine. Very little risk of severe storms. But as we go into the afternoon hours, especially early evening, we'll have to watch these storms as they push off to the south and east of us. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye on them all evening long. Right now, the threat is very low. Nothing like we saw back in Tennessee, but certainly with what happened over there, you've got to pay particularly close attention to these storms as they push off to the east. And just to show you a couple of other parameters, same model, just showing that line moving through. I'm going to show you real quickly just the potential for rotation again. We'll do that updraft helicity tracks. And I just don't see, let me back this up. There just isn't a whole lot showing up here. So overall, it definitely looks like the threat is pretty low. Here's that thunderstorm fuel again. Notice it peaks a little bit here this afternoon to our south and east. And if I really, you could almost draw on where that low risk from the Storm Prediction Center is. It's almost exactly where we've got the highest potential for thunderstorm fuel. So again, much lower threat. Thoughts and prayers to everybody over there in Tennessee. As we watch this system head our way, it is going to be nothing like that as it moves towards the east. The good news for us is the stabilization this morning's helping us. But down here in Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, these areas down here, I definitely would watch very carefully. The fact that we've already got rain over us actually helps us quite a bit, keeps things a little bit calmer. But we're in that season, folks. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week. And remember, this is the time of year we start keeping a really close eye on potential for severe storms all the way into early summer. I'll have complete updates starting today at 4, 5, and 6 on WCNC Charlotte, and stay tuned for any updates as we go into the afternoon.